So I just decided that I'm gonna start over, and so this is day one officially. Good morning. It is Sunday, my favorite day of the week. Today I had a rough morning. I don't know if you can tell. My eye is teary actually. I had fun last night, but I'm allergic to cats. And our friend whose house we went to for our Halloween party, she has a cat, and I didn't know, and my boyfriend didn't know, and so I didn't get a chance to take my allergy stuff before heading over, and I was not miserable all night, but it definitely hindered my ability to enjoy myself last night. But I still had fun. I do regret drinking. I do, and I didn't drink that much. I had maybe like 2 cocktails and a beer, but I think that in unison with the allergies, it didn't mix well for me. And so when we got home last night, my eyes were itchy, they were red, they were puffy. My face, it still is a little bit, you can tell, was like super splotchy and like irritated. And yeah, but at least I could breathe. Like my nose was a little runny, I was sneezing a lot, but I could breathe. And then this morning, I got up at like around 6:45, which would have actually been 7:45 because we did fall back last night. I got up to use the bathroom, and then when I got back to bed to keep sleeping, I couldn't breathe. So it's just I think it's just like the allergies making its way, like making their cycle through my body. And I couldn't breathe for like 3 hours. I kept trying to like go back to sleep and like rest, and I just couldn't. And so that, I think, might affect my energy throughout the day. And then the reason I regret drinking is because I really could have done without. I didn't really need to drink last night. No one ever really needs to drink ever, but usually when I have a drink, it's like, ooh, I could really go for like a dirty martini, or like an old fashioned, or a glass of wine, or like a beer. I don't really drink to get drunk nowadays. I'm 31, so I'm not that old, but I'm also not that young anymore. And so my body just doesn't process things the way it used to. And I think alcohol is one of those things, obviously. So yeah, I could have done without drinking. I could have done without, like, I think the 2 cocktails. Because I'm not really like an alcohol heavy drinker, like a liquor heavy person. I prefer some wine or a beer. And then if I'm having alcohol, like a liquor, I'm a whiskey, bourbon, or a gin person. I tend to be very specific about what I like when it comes to drinking. So I think I could have done without the drinks. I will say my friend's Moscow mules were incredible. They were really good. Today I am going to have that like liquid IV. I have the Aldi version, which is just as good and as effective in my opinion. Just because between like the allergies and the drinking, I do feel like my body needs a little hydration. So I'm gonna do that throughout the day. I have a really hard time finishing drinks with flavors in them in one sitting. So I'm gonna be drinking that throughout the day. I'm hungry, so I'm gonna have breakfast. I think just for like the mild hangover, I do need something with eggs in it. um, so I think I'm gonna do, I think just toast and eggs. I used up the avocados last night because I made guacamole for the party, so I don't have avocados, but I have hummus. So maybe I'll do that. I'll see. I'll see what I do for breakfast. I need to have my coffee right now. So I'm gonna have my coffee, plan out breakfast, and then today the weather looks nice so far. So I might go for a walk just to kind of breathe some fresh air, get some fresh air into my lungs. And then maybe a light workout, maybe like a Pilates or a yoga workout, because it is the weekend, so I need to do a fun workout, and I didn't work out yesterday. So yeah, that's what my day's looking like. I have minimal meal prep work to do this week, because it's mostly going to be like chicken and vegetables and rice. So that shouldn't be too time consuming. I should still be able to relax today. I do need to wash my hair. As you can see, it's greasy. I straightened it yesterday for the party. You can see my white hairs and my greasy hair. So I do need to wash my hair. That's gonna take like 20 hours, but we'll get through it. And the steam from the shower is going to be really good for my allergies too. Okay, yes, let's do this. I'm going to do the things. I'll check in with you. I'll try to check in with you throughout the day. I'm not really good at that yet. I'm trying to get some practice in. But yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'll be back at some point. So I made a decision that I don't make often. But I feel like today was a good day to make that decision, just because I'm not feeling like 100%. I didn't really feel like cooking, making eggs, and like cleaning up, and then having to start cooking again for meal prep. So I ordered breakfast. And because I am feeling ever so slightly hungover, I decided I wanted my hungover breakfast that I was used to getting, even back when I lived in New York, or just in general. One of my favorite things to get when I'm feeling hungover is an egg and cheese McGriddle from McDonald's. So I ordered one for myself, and then I ordered a bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle for Bobby. And so it'll be here in a bit. And this is a treat. Again, I don't really get it often. Maybe I get it maybe like once every 3 months or so, if that. So I decided today was a good day to do that, because I didn't feel like cooking, and I didn't feel like cooking. And I could really go for something greasy and fattening and all the things. So I'm okay with that decision. And then I'll be healthy the rest of the day, because I do feel like my body needs a little reset. I haven't really been keeping up on my meal tracking or anything like that. So I want to start clean. Yeah, I can't really think straight right now. I didn't sleep that well. I can't really breathe. Today's not a great day. I love Sunday, I do, but I think I need to focus on resting today. And if that means not cooking breakfast and ordering something from McDonald's, then so be it. I do still want to try and go for a walk, but it looks like it's getting cloudy. So I am gonna still get some exercise in today. It's just not going to be intense exercise. It's going to be more like a rest day type of thing. So yeah, I'm going with the vibes today. I need a break. Yeah, that was the update I needed to give you. I have really bad allergies right now. Um, I don't feel well. I don't feel bad. I don't feel terrible. I don't feel ill. I just don't. I can't breathe. um, but the weather isn't too bad right now. It looks like it's not gonna rain until later, so I want to go for a walk. Um, I am tired. I didn't sleep that well last night, but it's Sunday and it's quite nice out at the moment, and I just don't want to feel stuck at home today. And I really do feel like a walk outside with like the fresh air will help me get rid of this stuffy feeling. I think it will help me process the allergy a little better. It's a cat allergy, it's not anything serious, it's just my body processing it. Let's go for a walk. When I come back, I'm probably gonna do some yoga, and then I need to wash my hair and do some very light meal prepping for the week, and then hopefully relax the rest of the day or the night. It's already 1 p.m. And I've been at home all morning, so let's go. Let's do this. And hopefully I'll feel better when I come back from the walk. All right. Okay, so out on my walk, and I have like a few things in my head. Like, first of all, if this video feels a little disjointed, like maybe there was supposed to be something before it, that is because this is me starting this whole thing over. I had started documenting my weight loss slash fitness slash certification process about 3 weeks ago, but I fell behind on editing a lot, and then I got a new phone. I had to move some files around in my phone, and so a lot of the footage that I took from the previous weeks, they're in my Google Drive, which can be a little hard to look into sometimes, especially when you're trying to recover videos. And so what I decided to do today for my sanity was to re-edit that intro video, because I had also lost the edits that I had already made to it. Re-edit that video, upload it, and then just kind of start over new. Start this whole documenting process like over again, so that I don't have to spend so much time, like waste really so much time going back and trying to find all of those videos and try and place them in chronological order and like get the dates and the times and all of that. So I just decided that I'm gonna start over, and so this is day 1 officially. Um, it was also, there's a lot of reasons why I think this will work better. Um, Past few weeks haven't been really conventional for me. There's been a lot of staying at work late or just like a lot of social things going on. Some of which I wish I could have shown you, and I might. Um, if I come across any fun B-roll that I might have, I'll definitely incorporate it into other videos here and there, maybe some TikToks. It got very windy and it's getting kind of cloudy, so I'm starting to head back home. Okay, I'm back from my walk. I do think it helped a lot. I definitely feel better. um, I can breathe, and hopefully that stays that way. I'm still like a little bit nasal, a little stuffy, but I can breathe. I can breathe, and I don't feel absolutely miserable. And I think after some stretching, some yoga, and a nice hot shower, because I need to wash my hair, um, I think I'm gonna be good to go, ready to go. I tried kind of like talking as I was walking, but it was very windy, so you can hear the wind when I'm talking, and it's a little distracting. I'm gonna try and see if I can fix that. But I I think I'm gonna keep that footage in there just because it's life. It's life, and I need to get more used to documenting what I'm doing. I'm still not quite used to it, and I think that was also one of the reasons I was having such a hard time keeping up with like the previous weeks that I completely ended up scratching, because I'm not used to being on camera like this, especially for prolonged periods of time. Like a short video here and there, sure, but having to show my day to day and like all my meals and all of that, um, it's not something I'm used to. So I do want to get more in the habit of doing that. And if talking to the camera while I'm out on my walks is the way to do it, then so be it. Even when it's windy and you can hear very like clearly the wind just like pushing through the earbuds. There are a few other things I wanted to talk to you about, and one of them is the fact that I recently got some blood work done. So I had kind of discussed this in like my previous videos that are no longer, but I've been working with a Nourish dietitian for a few months now, and she recently let me know that through Nourish now they can order their patients to get a blood work, to get some blood work done. And so I absolutely took the opportunity to do that because I'm obsessed with my health. I want to live to however long I'm gonna live, like 100 and something, and still be completely independent and be healthy and strong. And so starting now is kind of like the key to getting to it. No matter how long I live, I want to make sure that I'm not having to rely on other people to get around, or that I'm not bound to like certain medications or certain ailments. So, take care of your health. As soon as you can start doing that, do it. Like honestly, the only reason I even started working through Nourish, or working with a dietitian with Nourish, is because I finally got health insurance. So my health insurance covers that, and the blood work was free to me. Nourish pays for it. So I went and got my blood work on Friday, and I got my results yesterday morning. And So I was born with hypothyroidism. It's something that I've just had to deal with my whole life, and it's the reason that I've struggled with my weight throughout my life. I was able to keep it under control through diet, exercise, and medication, but about 2 years ago, I got blood work done, and all my results came back super normal and stable. And so my doctor told me that I could start weaning off of my medication. So I started doing that, stopped taking it completely about a year ago. The part that I missed was that I was supposed to monitor my condition every 4 to 6 months, as I was being taken out of the medication. And I didn't follow through with that because it was like that weird time when I was like moving and I didn't have a job for what felt like 6 months. And so I didn't have insurance. And so finally, I get insurance. I start working with Nourish to, it started out as me just trying to get good at planning out balanced meals for me and my boyfriend. And it's more of like a, okay, let's shift into me trying to lose weight and get back to my healthy weight and just like the body that I'm comfortable with. But the blood work results came back, and I'm a little low on my good cholesterol, which I've been told it's not that dire. But I haven't had the chance to review the results with my dietitian yet. We'll do that on next Sunday. Um, the one that jumped out to me immediately was the thyroid hormone, because that was elevated. And so, what it means when it's elevated is that I have an underactive thyroid, which I already knew. And I had an inkling when I first started gaining weight and was having trouble keeping it off and losing it. I kind of had an inkling that it could be my thyroid. Because, as someone who's had to deal with that their whole life, that was the first thing my mind went to. But I was also under the impression that once I left the medication, I wasn't going to need it again, which obviously I was wrong. um, so, I thought, well, I can't like excuse my weight gain on my thyroid, right? I have to be able to do something about it without needing my medication. So diet, exercise, and just like overall balanced living. And it kind of worked. I feel like I have been able to lose some of the extra weight that I had. If I find pictures of myself when I first moved back to Florida, and I started gaining the weight, I'll post them here somewhere. Where I was then and where I'm at now, I feel like there has been some change and has been positive change, but at the same time, I feel like it should be more noticeable change. And now I know that the missing piece is my medication. I do need my medication. And so I'm, after reviewing with my dietitian, I am going to try and find an endocrinologist to go to so that we can look into that and have like a better understanding of what's going on. And also I just need like to be able to have a I just need to be able to have a prescription for my medication. So I'm gonna do that. But on the one hand, it's a little frustrating because I thought I had been able to get rid of this condition that I was born with. And on the other hand, it's kind of relieving because I know that it's not 100% my fault that I've gained all of this weight and that I haven't been really able to lose it or keep it at bay. So it is both relieving and frustrating at the same time. But it's life, and these are just like the obstacles that I've been given for mine. I will say I am excited to see how my change of lifestyle, because I do feel like I've been eating healthier and I've been doing some meal tracking, which has helped me kind of understand some of the reasons that I've gained weight. Um, so through meal tracking and the medication and obviously the exercise piece as well, I'm excited to see how my body is going to react. Like in my mind, I'm going to be in my best shape ever, like a few months into me going back on my medication. So I don't know if it's just delusion or if it's realistic, but I'm excited to find out and also excited to like show people who go through the same things that I go through in terms of the thyroid health issues. Um like it's not it's obviously not your fault that you have this condition, right? Like it's not my fault my thyroid is the size of a 12-year-old's and is underactive. But there are things that you can control to help yourself a little bit. If you don't have access to the medication, if you don't have access to an endocrinologist, if you don't have access to health insurance, like, of course, you want to be able to look into that. If you suspect that you might have thyroid issues, it is important that you try and get that checked out because it affects not just your weight, it affects your whole body, like your mental health. And it also makes sense because I had been feeling anxious and depressed a few months back, and I didn't understand why. It was like to the point where I wanted to just drive away and disappear. And that scared me a lot. So now that I know, it all makes sense. And I feel better and I feel relieved. And hopefully, once I get back into my medication, I don't have those intrusive, disturbing thoughts again. So, yeah, know that it's not your fault. Try and seek out guidance if you suspect you have thyroid issues. I know it's expensive, I know it's hard, I know not everyone has access to medical insurance, but it's it's your whole body. It's your hormones. It's your hair, it's your mental health, it's your skin, it's your weight. Um and in some cases it's the difference between developing cancer or like living a healthy, balanced life. So absolutely try and get that checked out if you suspect you have thyroid issues. Even if you don't, try and let this be your lesson to get some blood work done every 6 months or so, just because you never know when your body's going to go through changes. And it's better to stay ahead of them than to find out down the road that you're going through something that could have been prevented. Take it from me. Um, yeah, that's, I think, the bulk of what I wanted to talk about. I'm going to do some yoga now. Maybe after yoga, I'll get a little hungry. I'll have a snack. I'll let you know what it is. I'll let you know if I do. Um, and that's another thing that happens when you have thyroid issues. Sometimes it's hard to tell, like, what the hunger cues are. Like, are you hungry? Are you not? And if you're not, and you haven't really eaten that much throughout the day, like, why aren't you hungry? Maybe you should eat. But if you're not hungry, don't eat. I don't know. It's complicated. It's it's a lot. It's a lot, but we'll get through this together. If I can do it, you can do it, and we'll figure it out together. So I'm prepping dinner, which is also going to be meals for probably tomorrow and Tuesday. I'm making some chicken satay. I'm using this Trader Joe's Thai peanut sauce that Bobby saw and he wanted. So in terms of macros, it's not that bad. I mean, it's a sauce. 4.5 grams of fat. Not cholesterol, the sodium, 270 milligrams. Carbs 9 grams. Sugars 5 grams. Protein 2 grams. But it's a sauce, and that's per 2 tablespoons. And really, I'm just using this as like a marinade for the chicken. Not as like an actual sauce, if that makes sense. So making chicken with the satay sauce, and then white rice or jasmine rice and some veggies. So we have carrots and bok choy, which are like our two of our go-tos. So I'm preparing that, half of my chicken, and then the other half, I think I'm going to pour some of I have some leftover soyaki sauce, pour that on the chicken, freeze it for later in the week. And that's basically my meal prep for the week. And this was dinner, chicken with jasmine rice and steamed vegetables. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!